Hey folks, Joseph Sobora here. Yes, Halloween is around the corner this year, and I got a gift on this particular day, October 27, 2023, which happens to be the late great writer, producer, and director Ivan Reitman's birthday. He would have been 77 today. Not to mention, it's my cousin's birthday. Yeah, Opa Marinari, who's now 50 years old. I can't believe it. Yeah. It was just yesterday when she was quite young. Especially when I was a kid or a toddler, she was just a teenager. Or actually, she was just a kid at this point. Like 12 years old, I believe, when I was a baby. But she was already ready to hit high school. Well, even during that time, during the late 80s, it's a childhood favorite of mine, along with all the other 80s cartoons and then later 90s, that I watched on Saturday morning. It was on ABC and syndication. And of course, it's based on the most popular film of all time. Yes, you guessed it, which is Ghostbusters. And they had an animated series to join. I'm going to show you right now. It's the Real Ghostbusters Complete Collection, which is now long out of print. It came out on November 25th, 2008. And it's clearly the hardest set that I had to find for a very fair price of $249.99. That was on sale. Because I had to get this on eBay, because I couldn't get it on any other website, not even Amazon, because they were going for outrageous prices as we speak. So I basically got this from a seller called Bedrock City, that's from Houston, Texas. And boy, was that a lot that I had to wait on. Because previously, before I had this set, because I couldn't get this right away, and I waited too long for that, I ended up getting I ended up getting stuck with these Sony Volume 1 through 5 sets right here. Yeah, with Volume 1 right there. Basically, it's a slight alteration of the artwork that they use for the Time Life sets. They just added the No Ghost logo on the side, plus the slime in the background here and there. But you do get the characters, Dr. Peter Bakeman, along with Ray Stantz, Dr. Egon Spengler, and Winston Sedmore, and of course Slimer, which has just 12 episodes from the original ABC broadcast. And then later they also release Volume 2, which they have Janine Melnitz, their secretary. Yeah, and all the rest too. You see Peter getting slime and all. And as usual, the No Ghost logo and a blue slime background. Has 12 episodes, of course, half of which were from ABC and syndication. Volume 3, this is where they have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And yes, it has the yellow background of slime. And yes, the same characters of the Ghostbusters with Slimer, No Ghost logo. And, okay. Volume 4, that's where we get to see the Ecto-1 with the Ghostbusters blasting on their proton packs with the ray guns and joining in with Slimer. So they're on the case to go after all these paranormal beings, the ghosts around New York City. And then, of course, the last one, well, next to last, because actually there's a couple more that follow, is where they have Janine Milnitz to be part of the Ghostbusters team in a slightly new haircut. Yep. And the rest are all together with Slimer and the No Ghost team. And yes, about a red-orange slime. Oh yeah, and Volume 4 has the pink slime. Yeah, so altogether we're just like over 50 episodes, each of them. But then I realized something too, is that because found my research having to find this on Spook Central, the website, and I'm definitely going to thank my online friend that's on YouTube and Facebook, Patrick Butler, because he bought the set originally back in 2008 when he bought it and he ordered it on Time Life website, back when it was new, and he was excited. I mean, I would have been that excited myself if I had bought the sets way back. But it was impossible. And on top of that, I was caught up by Blu-rays and DVDs that I had to buy during that time. And college and everything was in the way. And of course, inclusion films. It was impossible. And then when I heard it was out of print, boy, that sucked. I didn't get a chance and I missed it out. But not anymore. But anyway, from what I learned, though, was that Volume 2 actually had alternative episode of the same one of, well, they have music alterations. One was called A Fright at the Opera and The Bird of Darby, because that's the one with the Tahiti music. And A Fright at the Opera had a much slightly different music than what it was shown on the Time Life set. And then there were other episodes from Volumes 7 through 10 that had some audio speed issues, that they were slightly corrected because they had the problem on the Time Life sets themselves. And there's even one episode that was redubbed, and that was the one where they had Dave Corlier, from Full House, the comedian, who took over for Lorenzo Music, and as well as Kaf Susi from Rugrats, Tiny Toon Adventures, voice actress, and she took over for Laura Summer in this original series. Yeah. And then I guess at the time with the third season, because that's where they started the changes. Even with the Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters spin-off or sub-series for that matter, they started to do some radical changes here and there. It was either on simultaneously on both ABC and syndication, or it had to be aired all the way on ABC with several episodes here and there until its cancellation in 1991, pretty early though. And then they moved it to the USA Network, and then later reran on other stations and networks, and now streaming, which would be Crackle, Amazon Prime, and even YouTube. Because I spotted some episodes on YouTube so far. Whereas Sony is not only released volumes 1 through 5, but they also release 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, as I mentioned already. Well, except for volume 6. So now they're all inside this entire set, and they didn't bother to release the rest of it. It's only 111 episodes with 29 and half of it all missing together, which would have been a total of 147, as it was on the Time Life set, the way it was meant to be, because that's the only one that's, I guess you could say, slightly definitive to have. So I guess if you had to get some of the episodes that would be more alternative to the Time Life sets, then I guess you had to get just volumes 2 and 4 to join in with 7 through 10. So then you'll be a purist for sure. Yeah, and that's what I thought. And these sets here had no extras. And the first 1 through 5 contains no title card, except they just create their alternative title card of their own straight out of the closed captioning subtitles, since they have that. And it's a bit compressed at times, although some of the quality looks slightly better at times too. But not exactly as good as the Time Life sets themselves, because they're actually more compressed forever. Yeah, so they have plenty of room and also have more room to add more extras to join in. Plus, that one had the bonus disc too, and I'm going to show you that right now. So, anyway, with that aside, and slightly heavy too, this is what the set looks like, all in this gorgeous Firehouse. That's the Ghostbusters headquarters, Hooks and Ladders in New York City. Yeah, you can definitely see the No Ghost logo with the saw. That's part of the commercial bumpers, and it's included on here too on all episodes, so nothing's missing. However, if you're expecting the original master prints that has all the original logos, well, luckily they have the Deke logo from both the 1984 Vortex as well as the Kid in Bed logo. Yes, even the choir version before they went with the Kid. And they also have the 1990 version of the Kid in Bed logo that was slightly updated just to make it not scary at all. Yeah, so I'm glad that's intact. But however, because this is a Sony-owned show, Sony had the nerve to just plaster their logos with the original Columbia Pictures Television logo with a unit of the Coca-Cola Company byline. And then I know in the syndicated episodes, they would have the Coca-Cola Telecommunications logo. And sometimes they eventually left it in, the music. On one of the Columbia Pictures Television logos, which happens to be the 1992 version, the one that's almost as currently as you may have expected, because they've been using that logo for over 30 years now. Can you believe that? Since 1992. And they do use the Columbia TriStar Television Distribution logo, which I know people call it Boxes of Boredom. And yes, as usual, it's Sony Pictures Television from 2002, known as Bars of Boredom. Yeah, so for you CLGs out there, yeah, Closing Logo Group members. Okay. Yeah, I was a member too. Yeah, then you can see Slimer right there. And you see the Ghostbusters team on the back. And on the side, on the spine right here, you see the Ecto-1. You definitely see the Ghostbusters logo on the headquarters. Slimer, the chair, all the way around the rooms, here and there. Yep. You can see Janine right there. Yeah, at the desk. She's a secretary, of course. Slimer's like running around. You see everything underneath it all, like the labs, the kitchen, the living room, and the offices, the contamination rooms, all of that. They're all in here. So as you can see, yeah, you open it up, the top of the rooftop. Yeah. Okay, and you get, oh, sorry. And you get the Steelbooks all together right here. And it comes with a booklet. But first I'm going to take out the bonus disc right here. Over 2 hours of exclusive bonus material. It looks really nice. And yeah, there's all the extras, as you can see, all together listed. And the disc is inside in great shape. And here's the booklet right here, also in great shape, even though I got this used. But first, before I get to the booklet, maybe a little bit of the disc, I'm just going to show you the Steelbooks themselves, because they are slightly heavy, even by carrying it. Okay, so this is volume 1. Yeah, volume 1. And yes, there's some slight wears on there, but I can live with that. But you can definitely see the background right there with the Ghostbusters headquarters, Hooks and Ladders, Firehouse. And you see the rest of the Ghostbusters team with Slimer throughout the city in the background. And on the back, you see the No Ghost logo that's ready to be sucked in onto the ghost trap. And some logos that you saw here: Time Life, Sony Pictures Television, DVD, Dolby Digital, yeah, because it's equipped with it, and TimeLife.com, and all the descriptions, and all the price tag, yeah, the price scanner bar right there, you name it. Okay, there's volume 2 inside the secretary office of Janine, yeah, with the rest of the Ghostbusters. Yeah, as I already mentioned, yes, Peter got slimed by Slimer. Should be ashamed of himself. And just another shot of the No Ghost being sucked in. Then volume 3. Yes, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Slimer, the rest of the Ghostbusters in this rather darkish green cloud in the background. And a lot of shock and energy. Yeah, No Ghost being sucked in all the way, and you can see all the sparks flying around. Volume 4. Yes, with the Ecto-1 Slimer with the Ghostbusters, you know, racing around to go after these paranormal beings, all the ghosts, and shooting their ray guns and all. And yeah, ready to be sucked in with the sparks and all. And finally, the last one, volume 5, with Janine joining in with the rest of the Ghostbusters team and Slimer. And you can see the background. I think that's supposed to be the contamination room. Yeah, the contamination bolts where they put all the Ghostbusters in. I mean, where they put all the ghosts inside, and they get sucked into it, disappearing. And there you go. It's all straight into the ghost trap. Okay. Now I'm going to show you exactly what the disc looks like before I can get them out, because I'm going all over the place here. Okay. I want to make sure, you know, I get everything all set. Okay, let's start with volume 1. Yeah, you have all 5 discs with artwork on them of the Ghostbusters team. Yeah, Peter, Ray, Egon, Winston, and of course, Slimer. Now, my biggest nitpick here is that I don't like how they put the disc like this, because it's going to cause a little bit of scratches or fingerprints and all that. Oh, and just to note, there is some artwork on the background too. Right here is the PKE meter. I'm not going to take out the disc for that, but I'm just going to let you know what artworks that they have inside. And or if not, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so now we get to volume 2. Yeah, we got some more. And here we got Janine included. And this has the proton pack, I believe, or one of the yeah, I think it's, or probably, yeah, I think it's the proton pack. Okay, I'm going over the place on this. Yeah, some more of the Ghostbusters team in a greenish slimy background. Yeah, Slimer, of course. And the artwork, I believe, is, wait, I guess that one did have the proton pack also. Yeah. Would have been nice if they showed the shot of the Ecto-1. Okay. Gotta look for volume 4. And some more right here. Yeah, just more of the equipment on the background and the characters as we speak. And then finally, just 4 discs. And I gotta try to be careful too. Yeah. One somehow got loose though, but it's okay. They're all together for sure, and they're all safe. But that's what we get for the entire set alone. And of course, back to the bonus disc. See what the disc looks like. Yep. Just plain. Oh, and no scratches, by the way. Nor fingerprints either. Amazing. And yes, the discs themselves are in great shape too, as I checked. So no scratches. It's all in very good condition. But it looks to me like it hasn't been used, but it is. There's probably a little bit of a busted part on volume 4, which had, yeah, the one which on the spine, it was just, there's a little bit of a dent onto the back of the case that I just showed you, and then the spine looks a little, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's nothing intimidating. And the booklet right here has everything that you can see, a lot of information. Yeah, and you can see the Ghostbusters logo again, sucking into the ghost trap, and it tells you all you need to know right here. And yes, and it just tells you all the descriptions and everything that's included on each of these volumes throughout, 5 discs, or 4 even for the last one, which is volume 5. It tells you exactly the production number, the network that they played on, which is ABC, and they tell you the season. It has all the descriptions and some screenshots of the episode that's included on each of them. So like you see a whole bunch that you can flip through. Yeah, it's just a lot of them. Keep this in mind, though. When this show first originally aired on ABC, it had only 13 episodes. And then by the time it hit syndication, simultaneously with ABC, ABC had carried the third season to be played on Saturday mornings, while on weekday mornings or afternoons, they would actually play episodes 5 days in a week. Yeah, 5 days a week. So you get like new episodes that will go up to 65 episodes altogether. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? And being in Los Angeles, of course, in the Southland, it was on Fox 11. Yeah, which is the Fox affiliate station, KTTV Los Angeles. And they would play the Real Ghostbusters like either in the mornings or in the afternoons. And then later, I think they started to carry the ABC episodes during the late 80s and early 90s when it was still on. So I do remember that. But I did, of course, watch it on ABC, which was on a local affiliate, KABC Los Angeles, Channel 7. So I had a chance to watch that. And then by the time 1988 came along, that's when they started to have a sub-series called Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's where you have Slimer had his own spin-off to the show while you're having the rest of the Ghostbusters team up. So they're basically 15-minute episodes cut down for one full. Sometimes they'll probably put it for like a full hour, maybe, where one could be the Real Ghostbusters episode and the other one will just be Slimer. That sort of thing. I saw it when I was just a toddler. Yeah, I mean, I was a baby, but I became a toddler, a little kid, and joining in with my brother, because I know Jason was born the year this series came out, but he was born in the summer, so I was only a year old. But you already know that I had watched the original movie and later the sequel, which came out in theaters. So we were Ghostbusters fans for sure. I would have loved to have all of the action figure toys. I know I posted commercials of it on my YouTube channel, so you get to see that. And I gotta admit, I would have loved to have these. They would have been great to own. I would have loved to have some more Ghostbusters collectible stuff, but depending on how much they cost, who knows? I mean, you can get them on eBay nowadays and other online prices around. I mean, just be aware of the price range around if they're selling it. But if they're selling it for a lot cheaper, you'll be in luck. Yeah. Now, I always enjoy watching this show whenever it's on TV. It doesn't matter what seasons I watch it on. I just watch it all together. I just never get tired of it. And on top of that, I can live with some of the changes going around, even though they're not as good as the first three at this point on, because I do agree that I wish they didn't do those kind of changes as much, but that's fine. But it kind of led to the popularity that there was going on. I mean, I know originally they did have Lorenzo Music, who happened to be the voice of Garfield, and he did the voice of Peter Bankman. And they did have Maurice LaMarche as the voice of Egon Spengler to sound exactly like Harold Ramis. And I know Lorenzo Music was trying to sound like Bill Murray. Arsenio Hall did the voice of Winston Zedmore. Yes, Arsenio Hall, who would soon went on to do the movie with Eddie Murphy called Coming to America. Yeah, they're both best friends. And went on to host his own talk show, even though he did have a talk show for a little while that was on Fox, but that was mostly because he was a substitute for The Late Show with Joan Rivers before she got fired. She would later be replaced by Rod Schaffer and Arsenio Hall and maybe other ones that follow. So then that would led to the fact that he now had his own, talk show, late night talk show that would be on Channel 14 all the way until '94. Yeah. Let's get busy. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. And all these other voice actors, like Laura Summer and Frank Welker and all the rest. Yeah. And all these adventures that they go through just takes place after the original movie. So we now know that they're always going to be saving the world no matter what, before Ghostbusters 2 came along, and so on. So, anyway, it's an awesome set. I'm so happy to finally own it. If you want to get that set, well, good luck on you on that, because they're going for outrageous prices online, such as eBay, as well as Amazon and several others. But if you end up finding one copy for a lot cheaper, maybe for a fair price, maybe for something a lot less, if the seller is smart enough to do so, then chances are you're going to be lucky to get this set for sure. So that way, you don't have to be stuck with streaming. You don't have to be stuck with all these Sony sets that's missing a lot of episodes, unless you care for it. And you get to have them all with special features and content. And then you don't have to have trouble finding the German imported Blu-ray release, but good luck on that one. Then this is for you, because let's face it, I ain't afraid of no ghost. Because we all need Ghostbusters in our lives. And I can't wait for the upcoming Ghostbusters film that's going to be out sometime in 2024. Because I know they're going around with the strikes happening. I mean, with the SAG, AFRA, that's still going on. But I think they're going to stop for sure to give a tentative agreement. They already did with the WGA strikes and all that. So let's hope for sure. Since now we're already, preparing for Halloween, and this would be perfect for this set to own, especially me, as a true Ghostbusters fan. But I also love a lot of 80s and 90s nostalgia and all this other stuff that I love too. Yeah, so you get the idea. Anyway, I'm Joseph A. Sobora. Have a happy and safe Halloween. Going out for trick-or-treat, wearing your costumes, and I'll see you later. Bye.